to episode 43,000 of the worst talk show.
Is it that much?
No, it's just episode 43.
It just feels that way.
It's been a day, everybody. I don't know about you guys. And also around here, if you're watching it on the East Coast and the North Shore, 90 plus degrees today, I believe. Yeah, a bit much, but we persevere. I think that the day, I don't know, there was a big full moon and a blood moon at the same time, right? Something like that.
A bloody full moon?
Yeah, whatever it was, it has lingering effects and the entire world has gone tits up. And we reaped the not so great rewards of that today.
I actually sweated so hard that I sweat my beard right off.
Did you just say sweated?
Yes.
I don't think that's correct.
It's because I said so. It is.
You usually correct me with my, you know, if I have poor grammar or say something that doesn't mean.
So
the right thing.
if I did it in the past, I sweat it out.
Yeah,
or did I sweated it out when I was in police custody?
Okay, hold the phone. We have to say hi to everybody who's here. Holly Cantor, Mike Maloney, Sam Avola, Kevin Tachi is here. Michael Maloney, that's
Nicole
no
Tamaro.
Nikki T and I had a fabulous beach day on Sunday. We sure did. And we got into that water.
Rob McKinnon.
Hey, Rob, we missed you last week.
Smitty.
He says it's in the mid 60s on the vineyard.
Nobody likes to show off, Rob.
Rob, did we know you lived down the vineyard or are you on vacation? Because
and when are we scheduled to visit?
Yeah, if you own a property on the vineyard, we need to be pals, like extra pally pal. Oh, James Melanson, we were just talking about you as well.
Yes.
Were your ears ringing?
Ahoy, matey.
Toot toot. Speaking of tooting horns and whatnot, you'll notice I'm wearing a Leaf Blower Wednesday t-shirt today. That is my one of my besties.
Kat Corbett.
She owns
K-Rock.
She's a fur baby mama to V, which is the bulldog, Viola, and then Blue, who RIP has passed away recently, and Wolfie. So she's very big on rescuing dogs and very big on the Southern California Bulldog Rescue. So a portion of the proceeds of these shirts go, and there's mugs, there's all sorts of things.
It's actually based on every Wednesday.
Yeah.
Her next door neighbor has the landscaper come.
And the dogs go crazy.
As soon as they fire up the leaf blowers, the dogs go berserk.
Now, I have been there when that has happened. It's no joke. And they go berserk. And it's now been years. They know what's coming. They don't care.
And they just wait by the window and wait.
And the other funny thing about living in Southern California and having a bunch of dogs freak out about wheels going by, there's like a skateboarder or a bike rider every 2 minutes. So no matter what, they could be dead asleep and something starts moving and they're just like, ow, 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 ow. It's amazing. But anyway, you can go to cat-corbett.com to get one of these bad Larrys. And you will be helping SoCal Bulldog Rescue. So
Do it. You know you want to.
Let's see, Dave, why did you shave? It's a big, listen, a lot of big things happened. And one of them was that Dave shaved. And now I feel like I'm dating a 12-year-old and I feel both naughty and inappropriate. So to say our romantic life has been great is an understatement. Nikki T, sick the dogs on all leaf blowers. Lots to get to tonight. Our guest this evening is Smitty.
Wait a minute, we have a guest?
Smitty, yes, we do. Smitty, who's been putting on the virtual Atomic Fez fundraiser for Boston music venues.
It's the virtual video Atomic Fez fundraiser.
I always forget the video part. He'll be on right at 8 o'clock, and we're going to talk about the fundraiser that premieres tomorrow night. And he's going to keep it up on YouTube if you have plans tomorrow night, because I know a lot of people are desperate to sort of like get out and go to restaurants and stuff with the nice weather and the mask lifting.
I don't blame them.
So if you can't catch it tomorrow night, it will be up for a bit and you can watch and give if you can. We're just trying to support all our local music venues because we miss going out to shows. And I gotta tell you, there was a point in time where I was like,
When
You know?
when you're as old and crotchety as we are at this point,
And you live far away from places like Somerville,
Like-
Cambridge, and Boston.
far away, like 10 to 15 miles.
Well, you know, you're sitting on your couch, it's 9 o'clock, and that band that wants you to go check them out is gonna be on at 10, and you're looking at your comfy slippers and you're thinking to
Oh.
yourself, well, my 20-year-old self would be mad at me, but I think I'm gonna blow that show off.
I'm
And blow
officially-
off,
no.
we did.
This just in, I'm officially lame.
Lame and old, but after a year not being able to do anything, man, I'm itching to get back out and see live music. I want my face blown off by guitars and vocals and drums and even bass, even though that's not my favorite thing. Sorry, everybody.
I want my bowels to be shaken.
Yeah, I really,
by
I,
the
I
bass.
want my ears to be ringing for 3 days. And I also want to be sore from all the hugging I'm going to do. Like serious hugs happening. I got Nikki T and I got to hug this weekend.
Yeah,
and
I was there. I got
I-
some Nikki T love.
I think I hugged a little longer than I should have, but I couldn't help myself. Couldn't help
Really?
myself. Yeah, it's a thing.
Well, she did have a bikini. on.
Oh, Sean
That's
O'Brien
right.
is
You know what
here.
I'm saying? So I can't blame you.
How did you know Nikki T had a bikini on?
Listen,
You weren't at the beach with us.
I'm a man, man.
She looked pretty hot in that bikini, though. I will say that. How much did Dave shave? Well, it was all gone. Oh, are you talking about the nether regions?
I'm looking pretty
He,
good.
he
Let's say.
keeps his, you know,
Yeah, I'm
the
looking pretty good.
manscaping has always been pretty good over there. So Rob says, sorry, I asked James Blanson. I know him, true story. Yes, so we are going to talk all about the virtual video Atomic Fez fundraiser for Boston's music venues.
We're gonna be saying that the whole time.
Because we help co-host and we have to say that line a lot, and we're trying to do it off the cuff and not read from a teleprompter.
And when we actually, film the parts, when you're trying to film it without making a mistake,
And you're also trying to be funny.
it's
and,
not
like,
it's not easy.
super cute.
So by the end of it, we're like,
ready
you know
to-
what I never liked about you?
yeah, we're ready to kill each other afterwards.
You're chewing your mouth open,
It's also
and the
difficult.
toilet paper goes the other way.
It's also difficult because I've been cold reading since I was 20 years old, maybe 19.
Yeah, you've been cold reading, and I've been
Meaning
cold
I've
lamping.
been in the radio business long enough that they give you copy that you have to read live on the air, and you don't even have an opportunity to read it first or memorize it or even go through.
So what you're saying is that's the definition of cold reading, right?
Well, not everybody knows what a cold read is.
Thanks for woman-splaining that to us.
Thanks for mansplaining the woman-splaining. Anyway, Dave does not have that particular tool in his toolbox yet. So he gets frustrated, and then I get
I
frustrated.
do pretty well.
And then we, it's a lot. Let's just say we gave a little extra blood for the show tomorrow night.
Sweat
And tears.
and tears.
Matt Lambert's here. Hey, everyone.
Maddie Lambert, we love you.
He says, you look so much younger. Yeah, I know. He really
Don't
does.
get any ideas, Maddie. I'm taking, buddy.
Yeah, rib crushing hugs since the vaccine. I love it. I'm all about that. Kevin Tachi, cold reading, spraining, vamp that copy. I'm not even on yet, and I'm already reading from a teleprompter. There you go, Smitty. Wow, the comments are flying today. Huh?
Yeah, this is a good thing. Look at that number.
Wow.
Hey,
Very large number of active viewers in our live stream.
did we put it out that Smitty was going to be on? I mean, I think he's dragging some
Yeah.
people in.
Yeah.
His gravitational pull.
Yes. I just totally lost my train of thought because now I'm thinking about a gravitational pull and it's all over. So lots to get to tonight before we get to Smitty. We do want to talk about things that we watched. And a very polarizing movie, apparently, that I was actually...
Speaking of gravitational pulls.
Yeah, I was really excited to watch this movie, and I hate zombie movies.
Yeah,
I don't watch them on purpose.
All right, look at Army of the Dead.
Dave Bautista.
Angie, I can't drag Angie to watch anything involving zombies with like a monster truck. I can't drag her. Okay.
Vampires? Yes.
Put Dave.
Witches?
Yes.
Yes.
Witchy vampires?
Uh,
Old time traveling werewolves?
Lycans? Yes.
UFO dinosaurs?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Zombies?
Nothing with zombies.
No.
Okay.
It's boring and it's
But wait,
hackneyed
excuse
and it's
me.
lazy.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Speaking of hackneyed and lazy. Hackneyed and lazy? Put Dave Bautista in it though, and she'll pretty much watch anything.
It wasn't just Dave Bautista that brought me to the yard. It was Tig Notaro. Now, the funny thing about Tig Notaro being in this movie is that, frankly, she's not supposed to be in it. Chris D'Elia, who's in a lot of hot water for
Apparently.
Some sexual assault and
Predator.
predatory-like things with underage gals, was yanked from the film after it was finished shooting. And Netflix, Moneybags Netflix, told Zack Snyder, oh,
get the eraser out.
I would have loved to have been in that meeting. Like, okay, we need to put the movie out. We don't want to lose all this money on the movie, but we got to get rid of Chris D'Elia. So
and they they got out the little Mac pencil.
It's kind of
and
amazing.
They pixelated over him.
There were,
you know,
you watch it again if you've already watched it and you didn't realize this. You will notice that Tig Notaro is not in scenes with anybody else. You will also notice that certain scenes are poorly lit, and that's because they've superimposed her into the shot.
Turns out it was a good thing because Tig Notaro is one of the best parts of this whole movie.
Absolutely, could not agree more.
She's funny.
I wanted to see this because the premise had zombies that actually had, you know, minds and thought for themselves.
If I might,
a little bit intelligence, I should say.
Yes, yes. Tig Notaro. Guys, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, think about the A-Team. Tig Notaro as Murdoch. Okay?
Yeah,
just this side of Murdoch.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, and funny.
Yeah. So, while I wouldn't say it's like the greatest, you know, intelligent zombie movie of all time or anything like that,
Pretty
I
good
thought
cast.
I thought it was funny. The zombie tiger, which is in all the promos, so I'm not spoiling anything. I lived in Vegas for a long time. I used to book for the Siegfried and Roy show. Well, I worked we did all the restaurants. The ticket people also worked with us, so we were, you know, all very tightly linked. And the fact that one of their tigers became a zombie was pretty great. I love that.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Listen, I'm going to leave it out that, you know, the tiger huffed and puffed like a living tiger would. We're not going to get into the semantics of like if the undead tigers breathe. Or...
I think honestly, you know, you come for Dave Bautista, but you leave with the happiness of Tig Notaro and Zombie Tiger. Would you say?
Yeah, I suppose so.
That's what I'm doing. There are a lot of finales we watched over the last few days. Debris, which was a mixed bag the whole way through.
Yeah. I'm not giving up on Debris.
I'm not giving up either. It's from the people that brought us Fringe. And I loved Fringe. It was just one of my favorite shows of all time. And they're bringing a lot of the actors from Fringe into this. And a big one shows up in the season finale. So I was very happy with that.
You would say there are a lot of benefits from Fringe?
Yes. A
Fringe
lot of benefits from Fringe. You're funny, Dave. I also thought it was just funny how much money that Netflix actually spent. It was literally
they were just like, back up the truck.
Yeah. Speaking of streaming platforms, I don't know if you guys heard, but Prime, Amazon has purchased MGM Studios.
No big deal.
For like $8 billion or $7 billion.
I think it was gazillion.
Yeah. And it didn't surprise me at all. And I'm just happy we still have our Prime membership. Although I imagine that may go up.
Maybe.
But it makes sense. The entire industry is changing and streaming platforms are the future and they've got all the money. Tag a face bite. Nikki T says, I was drinking last week in TJ Welch's backyard. Did I miss Halston?
Yes, you missed Halston Chit Chat.
It was the #1 thing I was promoting.
What country do you think this is?
Loved Halston. And I finally got the links posted today. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible, lazy person. So hopefully more people will have fun with Halston because it was a joy, right? Total joy. Speaking of Joy, Anna Taylor-Joy hosted Saturday Night Live.
All right, she's
Queen's Gambit.
the main character from Queen's Gambit.
She's got really big eyes.
She poked a little fun at herself, like she could see the future. They're so big. She poked a little fun at herself. I like that, where she was like, how do you play, explain to people how to play chess. The first move you do is this. I was just loving that. Secondly, her native language, her first language is Spanish.
Yeah, she was born in Miami, but she was raised all over.
Yeah, but mostly in Argentina or something like that.
Whatever it was, she immediately went into a bunch of Spanish.
And
Dave
it was just like
Dave caught the
it was
papers.
like a ray of sunshine speaking Spanish to me.
Yeah, he was very excited about that.
Golly.
I also from Army of the Dead, we go to Those Who Wish Me Dead. Now let me just say really quickly.
Yeah.
Not a huge fan of Angelina Jolie in general. And the thought of watching a sort of thriller disaster movie with her in it, I was like, but we have Monday night dinner with my dad now. He comes over every Monday night and we grill and we watch something. And the Bruins were not on. So we had to find something to watch. And we finally all agreed, like, okay, we'll give it a shot. So great.
Okay, look, when your expectations are lowered, you tend to be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
This movie could have gone a couple of different ways. Luckily, the writing, we found ourselves laughing.
Yeah, it was funny.
The banter was good.
Yep.
Situations were pretty good.
Yeah.
Really good cast.
Like there's a point where I was actually yelling at the TV, like, yeah, get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh no, it was cool. It was cool. Really good cast, guys. Really good cast.
It takes place where exactly?
It's in Montana, I believe.
Okay.
In the wilderness of Montana, and don't be afraid. It involves smoke jumpers, but it also involves a father and son on the run from shadowy forces in the U.S. government.
And if you watch Game of Thrones, Littlefinger is in it, and he plays a bad man.
Is his name Aaron Gillen, I believe? Nick Holt's in it.
Yeah, Nick Holtz, who plays what's his face on the X-Men movies.
Yep.
The blue dude.
Yep. Also John Bernthal.
Yeah, who was the Punisher.
He was the Punisher.
Yeah.
He's in it. He's good in it.
Everybody's
and
great.
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, she looks great.
She looks fantastic.
It was like a heartfelt film as well. Like there was a lot of emotion
there.
Oh,
wait a minute. The kid.
Yeah, the kid was great.
The kid has gravitas.
Oh.
Like the kid is going places. You mind what I say?
And we never saw him again. So speaking of season finales, I don't know who else watches This Is Us. I don't admit it publicly very often that I watch the show, but I love this show.
Mm-mm.
And my pal Tim is in it as the ornery neighbor recovering from a stroke, so I love that as well. But I've always loved this show. It makes me sob and it makes me roar with laughter.
It's cleansing, you would say.
Yeah, it is. It's better than it's cheaper than therapy. I have my little hour and I've got my tissues ready and I work out all my issues with my tissues and away we go. There was a huge bomb dropped on the season finale of This Is Us. I'm warning you, watch until the very end. Oh my goodness. So that actually got a gasp from me. I was like, ah! I mean, you were there. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, she did gasp.
I'm
just glad I didn't have to, perform CPR.
I also started watching another witch series because I can't help myself.
You haven't watched them all yet?
No, this one is in Italian and it's called Luna Nera, which means Black Moon.
Yes, I believe so.
And so far it's all subtitles and gorgeous Italian women, and that's fine with me.
Hey, how old were you when you realized that strega is an Italian word for witch?
Can I just tell you, I never realized that. Now, Bruja obviously was, very popular, and there was there was actually a place in Salem called Brujitos where we could take our little children and hang out as mommies, and they would just run around like crazy. But never did I ever think that strega was the Italian word for witch. And we had a restaurant in Salem for years called Strega, which was kind of obnoxious. And I was like laughing hysterically that I never put two and two together. So that was my bozo moment. Thank you, Dave, for highlighting.
Today,
yes.
Mind you.
Yes, today.
Today.
Yes.
It was one of the bright spots of today for me.
Oh, really? So when I fail, you have a bright spot.
When a machine that is as finely tuned as yourself has a hiccup,
it makes you feel better.
Oh, my Schadenfreude goes.
Nice. That's lovely.
Look it up, people.
Matt Lambert, I never knew that about Strega either. Thank you, Matt. And I just realized last week, thanks to Adam 12, that Elizabeth Olsen from WandaVision is what, the Olsen sister? Yeah, Mary-Kate and Ashley's younger sister. All right, Matt, the fact that you didn't know that, I'm taking points off your scorecard. But thank you for having my back with Strega. Sam Avola, kind of obnoxious. That was charitable.
About the restaurant.
Oh, yeah. It was terrible.
She just looked, Sammy, just so we're all clear, she just looked at me and was like, kind of obnoxious. And she thought you were like piling on me, buddy. We know where we're at. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk later.
Nikki T, is it the same people that own Strega in the North End? No idea. Do not know. It's not there anymore. It's that building is for sale, as far as I know, or at least the restaurant is. Superman and Lois are back. I know I love the CW because I can't help myself with, young adult shows. I really like the premise. It's very different. And I think they had to stop production during the pandemic, but the shows are back now. And I'm very much enjoying. We also watched something last night that we're not allowed to review yet.
We're contractually obligated not to reveal to you how great it was.
So on June 15th, 3 days before it opens officially, we will be reviewing the Sparks documentary, the band Sparks. And even if you think you don't know who they are or you haven't heard from them, although I know a lot of you probably love them already and own all their records.
You guys hang out in cool places.
Yeah, Google and you'll be like, oh, that band? Yes, I remember that band. So we will, yeah, of course, Smitty. Sparks, oh, hell yeah. The people that know. And I'm telling you, this documentary is going to bust things wide open.
I really hope so.
They're already very beloved band all across the world.
Okay,
way more
I think we've revealed too much
here.
now.
Okay, you're right. No more talking about Sparks, the documentary that we loved. But we will review it properly and legally because we had an advanced screener and we have to wait, to actually review it.
Really advanced.
Or we don't get those advanced
like
screeners
over
anymore.
Like 2 or 3 weeks.
Sean
advanced.
says, I so want to see that. Holly Cantor, wait, I remember Sparks. They never went anywhere.
Don't let it get me. Don't let it get me. Eaten by the monster of love.
Wow.
What?
I haven't heard you sing in a while.
Oh, well, there you go.
Nikki T, I loved drinking Sparks. The orange one ruled. I think that was pretty much everything we watched. Did we watch anything else?
We watched the Bruins kick the Capitals' ass.
I didn't really watch the Bruins.
I'm
not gonna lie, I'm not into it this year.
We watched Liverpool come back from the abyss.
That was exciting.
And finish 3rd in the league to maintain their spot in the Champions League for next season.
Yep, that was very exciting.
Yep.
Not only just, to have the team win and have that spot remain, but also Dave's in a much better mood when Liverpool wins. And that's important.
Let's be honest.
In our house.
Let's be honest.
Any people that grew up in New England and have spouses that are sports fans or partners that are sports fans, you know what we're talking about. If a Boston team loses, everybody's a bear.
Not for nothing, guys. It was so sweet to watch Alex Ovechkin go down in flames.
So the one other music related thing besides Atomic Fez, which we will get to in just a couple
What do you
of
mean? The
minutes.
virtual video Atomic Fez fundraiser for Boston venues? Music venues?
Yeah, you almost had it. I'm still the queen. Boston Calling has officially gone on sale for Memorial Day weekend 2022.
Not 21.
Nope. Foo Fighters and Rage Against the Machine. Everybody else is to be added or to be announced at a later date, but the tickets are on sale now. You can get a 3-day pass for like, I think it's $300 for general admission.
$6,000.
They've got the VIP passes, which, you know, give you access and better views, and you can stand on a riser and whatnot. And then there's like the diamond VIP or whatever.
Super diamond gilded.
And it's thousands of dollars, but honestly, the best thing is that you can park. You can park on site, which if you've been to Boston Calling, you know that you cannot do. So,
you know, armed security is a good thing too.
Yeah.
But parking on site, that's got it.
But I'm wondering,
all the hot dogs you can eat.
I mean, we love Boston Calling. We've always had a really good time. And I hope that we'll be able to afford said ticket, or because, you know, in the past, I always worked for a radio station and was able to get some passes. And this time, I don't think that's going to happen, honey. I'm sorry. I know you're with me because of my guest list and +1 status, but I hate to break it to you. I think those days may be over. But I did want to mention it. We did the T to the last Boston Calling. It's the only way. Yes, Smitty, agreed.
It really is.
Yeah. And the only other issue with that is when you're standing all day at a festival show like that, and then it's over and you have to leave and go find your people that are picking you up, or find that I was so disoriented. Do you remember that?
Not the last one we went to.
No, it was a few years
ago. It was
ago.
the year before, I believe. My beloved had brought Colin
for his first ever concert
to see
Migos.
And
what's his face?
Chance the Rapper.
Chance the Rapper.
Okay. When I came by to pick them up, she was crying real tears.
I got lost. I didn't know where we were.
Your feet were in pain. You got, did you get rained on? I think it was like, it was like 17 different things happened.
We couldn't sit anywhere. It was raining and
But then wait a minute. How was it when you and I sat on a picnic bench
years later
and we watched
Tool, which is one of my favorite bands of all time, and Dave tolerates them when necessary because he loves me.
There's only so many
but we
tribal drums I can stand.
Snuggled and cuddled and watched an entire Tool show, and it was like the best parts of everything for me because I love that.
Didn't we get oysters too? Like it was like a perfect storm of like good stuff.
Yeah. So
right?
A good time will be had by all at Boston Calling, and I'm sure next year will be no exception.
Yeah, but you know what'll happen also?
Here.
I think that a good time will be had by all at the virtual video Atomic Fez fundraiser for Boston music venues, which is coming up. Is that tomorrow?
2 minutes. No, it's tomorrow, but we're going to have Smitty on to talk all about it in 2 minutes. Lower Alston at night should be your next show. Yeah, no, thank you, Michael Maloney. Hey, Vicky Salapande is here.
Hi, Vicky, we missed you.
Vicky, I splurged on a 1-day VIP ticket a few years ago just for access to separate porta potties. Vicky, was it worth it? I bet it was.
Yeah, probably.
And Matt says that was when it was still City Hall Plaza, Nikki T. Oh, the replacements. That was a great year too. That was great. I kind of miss that it's not there anymore, but I get it. It was all concrete and whatever.
Hey, should we start to introduce the guy?
Yeah,
the man.
Smitty's been in the legend. Smitty has been in the green room, so we want to get him ready and put your camera on, if you will.
Ethan, do we have Smitty in the green room?
Executive producer.
All right, I'm coming in with the vocal first. Vocals first.
There it is.
Vocals first, because here we go. You ready? Are you ready?
Yours.
Here we go.
Ah! Come in. Hello, sir.
I love it.
And you came dressed appropriately. I love it.
Yes.
Are you kidding?
Listen, did you have that thing surgically attached?
I did. There's little
It's a
sutures.
Fez, yes.
You got it. But it's basically, I've been around the block for a while. I'm older than you guys. Do you remember when Charlie
No
Weaver
way.
Charlie Weaver was on Hollywood Squares and he used to always wear the suspenders. Yeah, Charlie Weaver. That guy. Old guy, he always wore it. And then you've got
Charlie
like,
Weaver?
yeah.
Dennis Weaver?
No, I'm
Wow.
old. Go look up a
What was
really
he on?
old. He was
What
on.
was
He
Charlie
was like,
Weaver on?
oh, he was like this really hokey, folky comedian. Really sticky.
Well, we would probably recognize him if we saw him. That's the
Yes,
thing.
yes.
Yeah.
Although I have to say, I do remember like Shadow Stevens in the center square.
Paul Lind?
yeah.
Paul Lind was Paul Lind.
How-
I had already
how about-
graduated. I
how
already
about
graduated college for Shadow
Charles Nelson
Stevens.
Riley?
Dave pulls out his Charles Nelson Riley impression
Right.
quite a bit, by the way.
But so I'm having so much fun with, the Fez and everything else, the kilt, which, so full disclosure, I'm not wearing a kilt right now because whatever.
Well, we hope you're wearing pants of some sort.
Well,
Yeah,
they'll
it's a
leave that
Zoom
up.
call.
This is a family show.
But I love this look and to my grave, I've got like 20 Fezes. I got to do a thing where I show all the Fezes that I have. But I'm having so much fun with it. I started playing in a band with a friend of mine in like 1999. I looked at him one day and I said, you know what? I think I'm going to start wearing a Fez.
Now the Fez the Fez had a huge comeback with Doctor Who, but my
Yes.
first experience with the Fez was the Grand Poobah.
There you go.
Was the Flintstones.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Now that was a water buffalo hat. It was like
Hey,
it was more like a British.
Oh wait, no,
No,
I
no.
lied.
No.
It was Mr. C. It was Mr. Cunningham.
Well, yeah,
Who
he
wore
was
a
actually a
Fez.
Shriner, right?
Yeah.
But how about Morocco Mole?
Yep,
Oh, that's
absolutely.
right.
How about
Yes.
Apple Dapple? What was that?
Yes.
It was the cartoon.
I thought
Uh,
Morocco Mole was the coolest guy
Yes.
on the planet as a
Secret
kid.
Squirrel sidekick, right?
Oh, we do love Secret Squirrel.
There you go. So
Listen,
there's a
And then,
history.
who was the actor?
Michael Maloney says George Goebel. Who's that?
George Goebel was a regular.
Yeah,
on the-
right.
game
Oh,
shows.
on Hollywood Squares.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
Right.
And Match Game.
And Match Game. Yeah. No,
Wow.
lunchtime when I was a kid.
Wow.
All that stuff.
Wow.
So,
All right,
Best theme
so
song
listen.
ever.
all right. Yeah, but no. Wait, before I get into my spiel about the virtual video Atomic Fez fundraiser for Boston. How's it going?
Show off.
Show off.
Stop, though.
Let me tell you guys, I love you so much. I love this show. They're like, when we were kids, like, Monday night, it was like must see. Thursday night was must see. Wednesday night, the worst talk show is must see. Interwebs love. I love
It
you
lives up
guys.
to the name, doesn't it? I mean, that's all we want.
Well, that's the beautiful irony. It's obviously the best. But the fact that you went that way with the worst just really shows, how cool and fun and funny you guys are. And I'm just really.
Can we just wrap this up right now? Because I don't think I can hold it together.
I think I just got a cavity for how sweet you're
He
being.
is a sweet son of a gun, right?
No, I'm telling you. I mean, it came out of nowhere. I mean, I'm pretty good at like promotion and stuff. And here we are getting ready to walk into tonight's show. And you do a post and it's going on tonight. It's like, wait a minute. Am I supposed to be on? Maybe I should be on. And so, of course, it makes sense that, I'm better able to screw up all the information than you guys are for tomorrow night. And
don't sell me short. I can screw up a lot of stuff.
oh, that's my forte. Trust me, it's my show, and I need. This is my teleprompter, but I just really
so-
thank you.
Well, thank you for asking us, and we love to be a part
We're
of
glad
it.
we can help.
The first thing I want to tell everybody is when it's on tomorrow night.
All right, so here's the wacky thing. I did a couple of these where I kind of went through Facebook and then ultimately it went over to YouTube. And just this whole virtual video thing, it gets kind of, wonky here and there. So the last couple times I did this, I just went straight to YouTube and just promoted the URLs as many places as I can. Downside is YouTube does not let you do a placeholder for a URL. You can only get your URL the moment you upload the entire thing. So unfortunately, I've only had about a week where I've been able to get the URL out there, which I'm happy to say, but it's kind of like it's a URL and it just looks like a bunch of letters and numbers. The best thing you can do is either go to the virtual video, the virtual video Atomic Fez Fundraiser for Boston Facebook event link and look for the YouTube link and click it, or go to YouTube and do a search. You're going to laugh. No virtual video. Just do a search for Atomic Fez Fundraiser for Boston. So either get to the link through Facebook or just go straight to YouTube and do a search for Atomic Fez Fundraiser for Boston. It's on tomorrow night at 8:15. We could talk for hours on what Facebook lets you do and not do, whatever. But I'm feeling good that we're going to raise some money for our beloved Boston music venues. And quite frankly, so let me embarrass you some more. So you guys, obviously, you hosted the fundraiser we did for Once. And that was heavy lifting in and of itself. And when I did the Detroit version, where I did like a bunch of venues, I got up to like 26, 27 venues. And it was like, you know what? That was really dumb. I am not going to do that many. I'm going to tap out at 20 when I do this next one for Boston.
Only 20.
There's 38 bands.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many bands that you needed extra hosts, basically.
Yes, right.
Well, so the fact that you even agreed to do this at all, whether there was 6 or 7 or 10 or 20, I don't know how I can pay you guys back other than food, drink, whatever, video graphics promotion. Hopefully you'll get a broadcast TV show and you'll let me do the video opening for you guys. But really, if you would have said, Smitty, we did the last one, it's too tough, I would have understood and completely respected it. The fact that you signed up and you do, most people do 1 or 2 segments. You do 3 segments. I only do 2. You do 3 segments.
We're like Robert De Niro in Deer Hunter. I do 3. I do 3.
And all in one take, because if you don't do it in one take, what good is it? I know it wasn't one take, but
we're definitely not one take wonders.
Well, where do you see my intros?
By the way, agreeing to do the second one?
Yeah.
Nobody ever called me smart, pal.
Well, to be fair,
but thank you.
Said, listen, we'll do it, but we're only doing 3 breaks, right?
Yeah.
Or 1 or 2, whatever I said. I thought I was really like putting the hammer down.
Yeah, we're really being.
Well, so here's the beauty part. So the reason why I came up with the idea to have all the hosts do 3 bands at a time is because I realized if it was a host, introduction, playing, PSA, back to the host, this thing would have been 8 hours long. And so it's like, basically what I can do is just have the hosts, you guys and the other hosts who I'll mention in a second, come on and do like 3 artist bands. And then I'll just go pop, 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 and I sneak in some PSAs. The PSAs are kind of like the commercials for the fundraiser. Believe it or not, I would have bet money that this event was going to be 4 hours long. It's just a tad under 3 hours. Wow. And and that's long. I get it. But, it's kind of like, everyone who's watching, watch what you can. It's still there. You can come back and watch it at your leisure. But I have to say, some of the performances that were shared with us for this fundraiser, oh my God. I mean, oh my God. I mean, I gave some of the best artists to you guys to introduce.
Yeah, you did.
You better.
John Pahida and Peter Moore, and then Gene Dante and Andrea Gillis and everybody else. I mean, it's just phenomenal. Yeah. And I am so happy with this. I with full disclosure, unless I go back to doing a fundraiser for Rosie's Place, which won't be 38 bands, this is probably the last one. This is probably the last music, you know, if it's not, oh, I don't even want to think about it. I don't
Let's
wanna
open the
think about
places back up just so I don't have to do another fundraiser.
But
So
really,
let's talk, do you
yeah.
want to talk about all the different presenters, or do you
Sure.
want to talk
So, all right.
about?
So,
Okay.
so of course you guys, so what I did and how I explained it to you is you're kind of like the Billy Crystal of the fundraiser in that you can't come on, you introduce the virtual video fundraiser, then you do your 3 bands and you go away while these other hosts come on and do their stuff. Then you come back like 3 more times and then you finish it off. So, I mean, just like the Oscars, I don't have you there the whole time. You come on, do your segments. And really, I'm grateful for it and the bands I gave you. But the other people who I can't believe said, yeah, not just the PSAs, which I'm very grateful for.
By the way,
But
for
it's a-
anybody that doesn't know what a PSA is, it stands for public service announcement. And it's something we've had to do in radio since God was a boy. So
It's actually
Yes.
a law that they have to be
Yeah.
included
yeah.
in
Well,
broadcasts.
It's a moment other than, so while all the hosts are talking, I have the link to Venmo and GoFundMe on the screen. And during the PSAs, I also have the link so people can actually, because the whole idea behind this, aside from, you know, showing how great our Boston, you know, artists and musicians are, which is definitely one of the reasons for doing this, is to get these, you know, people to click on these. So I'm not charging anything. So I'm definitely, someone said, well, this is kind of like a Jerry Lewis telethon. It's like, yeah, I want people to watch and see all these great music and all these great bands and all these great people. And I'll put the, you know, the links up on the screen. And hopefully by, you know, hour 1, they'll feel sufficiently guilty enough. It's like, you know what? I should donate like, you know, $25 or $5. And some people were like, oh, I had a great day, $100, you know, and believe it or not, there are some wacky people out there who just get moved. I have had, I'm not going to say who, but 2 times I had people donate $1,000. It's just like,
Wow.
Hello.
Fantastic.
Wow.
you know, the thank you I got to give them is just like, oh, geez, all right, I really got to thank this person.
I think they might need to get a complimentary Fez. Seriously.
I mean,
That's a lot.
Exactly. Yeah, for
Autographed.
1,000, you got it.
All right,
But
so
anyway,
tell us about some of the
Yes.
people that said yes.
so I feel so blessed and honored. We got here we go. I'm holding up my cheat sheet here. Angel Wood. Are you kidding me? I mean, like, she isn't busy enough already, and she took time out of her busy schedule
Yep.
to be a host. On top of Angel Wood, we have Julie Kramer. Julie Kramer. Oh
There you
my
go.
God.
You do
Then
know
we-
Kramer.
Yes, we do. And we got old school BCN guy, Bradley J.
Bradley J.
Love Bradley.
Wow.
Then we have another Boston DJ, Lisa Traxler,
Yep.
and a guy who just featured Tall Man Dreams by Smitty on his show yesterday, Skybar. Skybar, man. I love that man in his Rising show. And then I figured there were so many bands that I had to like do some lifting myself, and I ended up hosting a little bit myself. So those are the, you know, you guys and all those people are the hosts.
As far as
and I really-
presenters go.
And really with 38 bands, I mean, I don't want to say them all because if I leave anybody out, I already mentioned the ones that you have. I really just tune in. I will not hold your feet to the fire. You don't have to watch it from soup to nuts, but I will say, like a really good movie, you kind of want to watch it from beginning to end. This thing really, by the time this thing ends, and I've been, working on it and editing it for quite some time now. I mean, I knew Boston had great bands and artists. This is just 38 of them. There's like 3,800. There's so many artists and bands. I couldn't get them because there wasn't enough time and this and that and the other thing. Boston to say Boston is a great music town is the understatement of the universe. Just, donations aside, it's, you want to tune in tomorrow, 8:15 YouTube, do a search on Atomic Fez Fundraiser for Boston, or go to the YouTube link. or go to the Facebook link. Really, it's just, so then the other thing is this is going to be up until the end of June. So, please feel free to come back and watch it
Well,
as often.
that's what I
Yes.
was saying is
Yeah.
that perhaps tomorrow night is not your payday.
Yes.
Maybe you're not flush with cash tomorrow night, but just remember to go back.
It's going to be there until the end of June.
Yeah, and the Venmo or the GoFundMe, and do what you can.
Which is smart.
Well, so
Sure.
I learned from the last Detroit fundraiser that I did. I left it up for like 2 weeks, and I picked up an extra $1,000 for all the clubs just by having it up for 2 weeks. I'm
There you
like,
go.
there's no gun on our head for this. I don't want to leave it up all summer, which I could, but I won't. It's kind of like, just leave it up till the end of June, because
Yeah.
all the money we make. So full disclosure, Venmo takes a tiny little piece. GoFundMe takes a tiny little piece. I did take out a couple, not very expensive Facebook ads, but the sum total, I just take that sum total, I divide it by all the venues that we are supporting, and I write everybody a check. And it's
That's
just,
wonderful.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's nice.
And
So,
it's my understanding that Save Our Stages, the bill that passed or whatever, that they haven't paid anybody out yet either.
yeah, I'm probably faster.
Yep, absolutely. So every little bit counts.
Yeah,
I know
I'm probably
some people are
faster.
probably thinking, well, they got their grants or whatever.
Right.
Trust me, whatever grant they got isn't enough anyway for
Right.
the year that
Right.
we've just had. So
Mhm.
Right.
I think that's wonderful. Dave, can you please go answer the door?
I-
So one of the crappy things about broadcasting live is occasionally somebody rings your doorbell and then scratches at your door.
Excuse
I love
me.
it.
It's one of
Excuse
our
me, everyone.
children that forgot their key. I assume. But if not, then somebody's ordered food. We know nothing about it, or somebody's come to kidnap us. So
I love
I
it. I
apologize
love
for
it.
the interruption, Smitty.
Oh, this is
Now-
a great thing. That's what I love. So the beauty part is I was watching your pre-show banter before you went on air. I want your whole thing on the interwebs. I mean, when you're talking about the movies that you saw before you went live, it's just like I am probably the high score that you throw out. I love you guys. I love what you do. And I'm really hoping that this goes. I mean, I'm happy that there's a cable format that you guys have this show on, but I want to see this on some form of broadcast TV. I mean,
Yeah, so it is on it's on community access
Yes.
television stations across the greater New England area. Although we've yet to see it because we got rid of cable a long time ago, and I feel terrible about that. But eventually somebody needs to watch us on the cable television on their big screen and take a picture so we can
Just so we know that it's actually
Yeah,
true.
but
That
we're up to like I think 14 or 15 stations I think carry
Oh.
our
in
show
at
now.
least 2 states.
Yes,
Oh, I
very
love it.
exciting. Yep.
I love it.
So
So I'm so honored and blessed to be here. A virtual video Atomic Fez fundraiser for Boston music venues. Yeah, just
all right, I have one more question for you.
Yes.
We noticed in our segments that there were some pretty choice covers. Now, was that a theme that just sort of popped up organically? Or was that something that you had specifically asked for?
well, so it's a fundraiser, and everyone, in some, whether they've pre-recorded something and then done like a music video, which in the 2 bands that I'm in, Little Billy Lost and Smitty and the Fez Tones, we may have done the old school MTV thing where we created a video around the pre-recorded music. But some people, it's just that they're doing it live. And until YouTube, shuts it down, as long as you're performing your own version of the cover song, you're golden. What they don't like is when you're using a piece or a segment of an existing song. But as long as you're performing it yourself, and I've done a couple of these, and so far we haven't been shut down. So yeah, I told everybody, do an original, do a cover. I don't care. So when I originally, the only thing I'll take a credit for is I don't know what got in my head. What is the song? Hotter than a pepper sprout. What? Oh, geez.
Yeah, it's Jackson by
Yes.
Johnny Cash.
Yes. And I heard it. That's what I'm listening to, and I immediately thought of Gene Dante and Andrea Gillis. So I messaged them both. I said, what do you think about doing the song? Now, you know, they didn't do that song. They did another one, and I'm not even going to tell you what it is. You got to tune in to see it. So it's just
There you
kind of
go.
like, yeah, when people do covers, it's just like you get to peek behind the curtain of who they are as artists and musicians. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
who are they
absolutely.
into? Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that. Absolutely. I'm very excited
So-
about that. And it's the artist performing the particular cover. I don't want to give too much away for the cover, but it's something that a lot of us of a certain age grew up with.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh my God, so that's worth the price of admission right there. What are you doing? Are you doing the heart? Yeah. So there you go.
And so,
Don't give any
I'm
more
very,
away, David.
I'm just very fortunate. I'm very lucky. I mean, this whole thing, all of it came out of the fact that I was going to do, I had done 3 all-star shows in Detroit, and I was like, God darn it, I live in Boston. I need to do one here in Boston. And we had it slated for June 20, 2020, the first day of
remember.
summer.
Yep.
And COVID, brothers
Yep.
and sisters.
The
And
funny
so-
thing is I remember when the pandemic hit, it was like, well, at least we don't have to do that hosting because that would have killed us live with all those bands. And then it was like, oh no, but wait,
Yeah.
we're gonna do a
That
live
was a
stream.
giant monkey wrench.
So I mean, and that's what got the whole thing started. And then it went from, so the original one is it was going to be a fundraiser for Rosie's Place. And then for the first date, I think we were going to try and do it was in August. And then that's when things for the club started going really bad. And I got back in touch with JJ. It's like, JJ, as much as I want to do a fundraiser for Rosie's Place, I'm feeling like once, and you guys need the money. She's like, oh, that would be fantastic. So we went ahead and we did it for once, and that was a beautiful success. Then I got the idea to do it for a bunch in Detroit. And then from doing a bunch in Detroit, it's like, I got to do for a bunch here in Boston. And so it's just funny how, the best laid plans and how one thing leads to another. And, so I don't know how many more of these fundraisers I'm going to do, but I never planned on doing this, but I kind of got good at it.
This could be a whole new career for you.
I don't want it to be a career, but I appreciate the fact that, it's like, what, there are things out there that people need. And the thing that I really like about these fundraisers is it gets a bunch of bands together. I love having like 10, 12, 15, 20 bands on a bill.
All different kinds of bands. Yeah.
Because that's my musical sensibility. Yeah, I grew up listening to this and listening to that, and I played in this band and played in that band, but really along the way, like you guys, I fell in love with good. When it's good, it's like, you know what? I don't care what the genre is. This is
Right.
I can't tell you what I like, but I know when I hear it.
You got it.
It's one of the things I've always loved about Angel and the Rumble is that she would pick the cream of the crop of all these bands that you had not had a chance to see or hear. And you could do it all in those 2 weeks and see everybody and become fans of bands that so many bands that
Which really did
we
happen.
never would have even known about.
Mhm.
And we completely fell in love with them. And the other thing about fundraisers like Atomic Fez is when we can do it live again, things are born out of that. When you have that many musicians doing a fundraiser, and they're all different kinds of genres, and maybe they haven't met before, that's where collaborations and new bands are born as well. So it really, not only is it like giving back to the community, it's also hugely creative and spawns new art, So it's a win-win all the way around. And like I said, we're super honored to be a part of it again. And we want everybody to watch tomorrow night. Did you say 8:15, right?
8:15.
Okay.
It's funny when you first try and sign up for a premiere spot on Facebook, because everybody is doing these premiere videos now. I try to get 8:00 and it's not available. And then like a week before it says 8:15 is ready. It's like, I'm not even going to screw around. I'm just going to make it 8:15. That way it's like, oh, it's 8:00. You go get your drink, your popcorn, your favorite headphones, whatever you're going to watch it on. Some people watch it on their televisions because they have YouTube on their TV. And so
That's how we
works.
watch it. They can also, if you have any kind of smart device, you can probably throw it up, mirror
Yeah.
it, like with the Apple TV or whatever too. So, and it's so great to see your perhaps your friends or maybe just your fans of a band and get to see them on your big television in your living room. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
So,
Larger than life.
we're very excited. Make sure everybody watches tomorrow night. Smitty, always a pleasure. We're so glad we had you on the show. And thank you for all the amazing, kind things you said about us too. It's very nice.
Thanks, pal.
Really.
Smitty.
Love you right back. And to everyone who's watching, thank you for tuning in. Hope to see you tomorrow night. And if I don't get back to you until next week, it's because once this thing is over tomorrow night, I think I'm going to I got a few things I got to do around the house.
IV fluids.
Yeah. And
Bed rest.
a nap for sure.
You got it. All right. Love you. Thank you so much.
Love you too.
All right,
Okay. I'm
Smitty.
signing out.
Okay.
Thank you, bud.
Bye, Smitty. We will also make sure that we post the links and promote the show a couple times tomorrow.
What
just
show?
To
You
remind
mean
everybody.
The virtual.
Video.
I just
Atomic
have to-
Fez
I'm going. I
Fundraiser
need a
for
nap.
Boston's music venues. So that's probably towards the end of our show. I will say people have already hit up the Venmo for us
Thank
to help keep us sustainable and helping with
love
the
that.
underwriting of our show. Thank you very much. The Venmo tip jar is at DJ Angie C. And we love you guys, especially those that are our regular givers, if you will.
Thank you very much.
You know who you are, and you're going to
you
get
look marvelous.
big rib crushing hugs in person very soon.
I'm gonna take you low. Angie's gonna go high. And you're going down. Oh yeah.
So thank you to everybody. We didn't really get to what to eat, make, or bake, although I will say this, all the things made out of cauliflower are in heavy rotation here at
Yeah,
the
pretty
house.
much.
Cauliflower pizza, mashed
Cauliflower steak.
cauliflower thins. Really, it's a whole new world, and I should have bought stock in cauliflower when I had the chance. Damn it. So I also wanted to say a lot of people, with the weight loss surgery, sometimes the scale stalls and doesn't move and you get frustrated. And that's exactly when your friends call and go, so how much weight have you lost? And it gets super frustrating. So I haven't talked about it much because I had a couple weeks where nothing was moving and I was kind of upset. Like, why did I just go through all this? But Dave has also been on the weight loss train with me. And I just wanted to take a moment and say how proud I am of him because I know how difficult it is for him. And not only is he coming and doing, the exercise and walks with me, he's now at bringing it up and asking first, which is great. So you've lost at least 20 pounds, right?
25.
Yeah. And of course, now that he shaved the beard, I think there's an extra pound there too. So congratulations to you.
Thank you. You set a fine example.
And for those that did ask, as of right now, I am officially 94 pounds down. And I only say this because I've made my first goal of 100 pounds. I'm going to reward myself and get my nose pierced because I'm a 51-year-old idiot. But, after the pandemic, I want to do all the things and all the things I always wanted to do and never got to do. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to go get my nose pierced. So there you go. So 6 more pounds, people. Let's hope that's just a couple weeks, but you never know.
Were you going to open it up to a little poll as to what people think you should get for your nose jewelry?
Not really, because whatever they think, it's still going to be my decision. I mean, you can totally throw out suggestions if you'd like. I think ultimately I would like a nose ring. That's not always the case when you first get your nose pierced. Who knows? But I am going back to Chameleon. They took such good care of us when Kendall got her nose pierced. And so I'm definitely looking forward to that. Nikki T, let me pierce your nose. That's a hell no.
No.
Not happening. Lewis Warren, congrats. Thank you. Nice, Davey. 25. Hell yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes, yeah,
Thank
we're
you.
trying. We're getting it done. So thank you guys so much. Again, Venmo if you can. If not, that's totally cool. If you're saving your money for the fundraiser tomorrow night, we totally understand.
We can't argue with that.
We will see you tomorrow night, and hopefully we did okay. We didn't break up, so that's good. And we love you guys so much, as always. And we'll see you next week right here on
The worst. Talk
Show.
Show.